happen, it's just going to change in real time. So
come on, MetaMask. Oh, I'm not even logged into MetaMask. That probably slows things down.
welcome everybody to the Leo AMA. We were on sabbatical last week, but we are back
for a very short.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a super short AMA. We'll give some of the big updates. I see Brando asked, where can we listen to this? He probably can't hear me because he's asking that. You can listen on many different places. I'll just share the X link, but you can listen in a lot of places. Where are we now? We're on YouTube. We're on X. We're on LinkedIn, and we're also on Facebook. And then I actually, right before we went live, I was trying to get us on TikTok live because I know that that's been doing pretty well. But we have to get approved for that, I guess. So probably by next week.
Good old TikTok. Sweet. I'm currently swapping some BTCB for native Bitcoin.
It's saying I can do TikTok now.
DEX.
Oh, wow. Okay, I guess the approval for TikTok is pretty quick because we're already approved.
Oh, nice.
Cool. So I guess I have to sign up for something for dual to be able to stream in what is it called? Portrait mode.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, wow. I don't see. How do you even see? I'm not like a big TikTok user. I don't even know how to see if we're live on TikTok.
I haven't posted anything on there in so long.
If anyone knows how to see your TikTok live, feel free to comment. I have literally no idea how to do it. I guess I've hit. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't see it, but it says on Restream that we're live. Let's see, TikTok live monitor. Let's see. I'm going to drop the link in chat. If anyone knows how to see this on actual TikTok, let me know. It says that we're live though, so I'm just going to assume that we're live. It also put the topic as gaming. I don't know why, but I don't think I set that. Anyways, yeah, so Brando found it on YouTube. Yeah, so we're YouTube, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And I guess technically Restream also has its own native viewer. So 6 places, which I think is kind of the max you can do on Restream anyways. So yeah, we've been, I made this, I called this one Leo Dex because we've got a lot of Leo Dex updates that we've been working on. So I'll just kind of quickly run through those. Mitch doesn't have a ton of time. So if you guys have questions, start dropping the questions. And after my updates, we can see if there's any questions to cover or just talk about the markets. Because obviously there's a lot going on with the markets. So in terms of the, there's been, I don't even know how many dozens of Leo Dex updates since the last AMA, but the big updates were, we rolled out a bunch of Ledger updates. So for Ledger hardware wallets, we now support pretty much every derivation path. So Ledger is really interesting because there's literally so many different Ledger functionalities and variables. There's like different app versions. There's different apps, of course, for each crypto. There's different Ledger devices. There's different derivation paths, which is basically like, how the Ledger wallet, gives you like basically the type of wallet you have within the Ledger device. There's different index that you can choose. So you can obviously have different indexes for different accounts. So basically Ledger is kind of a nightmare when it comes to integration and testing. So I literally have like 5 different Ledger devices. Actually, might just be kind of fun to showcase, but I literally have like every Ledger device you can imagine. So I'm just
That's
like
nice.
I'm just like a ledger fiend. And you can just imagine me sitting
Wow.
here just like, yeah, you could just imagine me. I have another one. There we go. I've got every
I have
ledger
one
device
ledger.
you can imagine. What's that?
I said I only have one.
Oh yeah, I've got way too many. And then I also have like a Trezor, and I've got every device you can imagine because with LeoDex, I like to test everything manually. So like, obviously we've with AI, and Claude and GPT 5.5 and all these amazing new technologies that are coming out. I'm a huge fan of using them, and we definitely use them a lot. But I still like to test things manually to make sure that AI is very good, but it's not always the best when it comes to things, like especially with testing. So a lot of times it'll just tell you that something's working, but you have to actually verify that for yourself. So I try to use the AI to test, and then I also do my own testing. So I actually have a kind of a fun method for doing it. I call it like walking the factory floor. So basically, what I like to do is I have AI do a huge test on its own, and then I do like a walk the factory floor, which I've built. I basically built out like this testing suite. So what happens is that the agent does its own testing, and then I do my testing. And throughout my testing, I basically record my screen, and while I'm testing, I'm using, I've been using GPT a lot more lately, but I also use Claude. So I use GPT, Claude. I also use Gemini. So I use all three simultaneously. But I do my testing while it's looking at what I'm testing, and then it's giving me, like, it's saying, oh, this looks right, this doesn't look right, and then I obviously have my own feedback. I'm like, this looks right, this doesn't look right, and we just kind of keep going back and forth, and that's how we've been refining things lately. Obviously this is a much better method of testing than what I used to do, which is I would do pretty much the same process, but then I would like screenshot stuff, and I would write like a really long document for the devs, and then the devs would have to like read through all my feedback and then address it. So now the process is much better because I'm just sitting there with my screen recordings and my screenshots. I'm testing everything both with agents and manually by hand, and then I'm submitting GitHub issues directly for the team to address. So that allows like my Claude instance, my GPT instance, my Gemini instance to all kind of come together and basically talk to each other and determine what issues I'm facing. And then I obviously give my input, and then it compiles it into GitHub issues. So then a team member can just like look at the GitHub issue. It's very well formatted, well organized. A lot of times it has the exact thing that needs to be fixed, like literally in the code. And then the team is able to just fix it and roll it out right away. So we've been rolling out updates to LeoDex on a probably like a 3 times a day basis in the past couple weeks. You guys have probably noticed that LeoDex is significantly better today than it has been in the past. We also rolled out like the all new LeoDex interface, so it's literally rebuilt from the ground up. I'll just share screen for a second here. So we've done like a pretty insane amount of work in terms of LeoDex, in terms of the web interface. And then we've also been building, while we've been doing all of this stuff, we've also been building the mobile app and the desktop app. So this is the web app. It's leodex.io. You guys obviously know it. It's been around for a while, but then we rebuilt it completely. A lot of really amazing functionalities here. And we've updated things, like I think since the last AMA, we updated the Connect wallet screen. So now it's got like this smaller pop-up window, and then you can click for more wallets. So I think that's a much better user experience. Like I said, we did a lot of Ledger updates. So now when you go to Ledger, it looks like this. So you can do an auto detect where it'll just detect whatever's open on your Ledger device. So if you have like the Bitcoin app open, it'll just do that automatically. It'll try to detect like the derivation path, the index, all of that stuff, so that it's really easy to use. If you want to, so this is the new update for Ledger. If you want to select the specific derivation path, so if you're like an advanced user, most people are going to be on native SegWit, which is BIP84, but there are a lot of other indexes, paths, you know, there's just so many nuances to ledgers. So it's like I said, it's just kind of a nightmare in terms of trying to support everything. And most apps don't support them all. They just like pick 2 or 3 and support those. I'm trying to have it so that we support all of them. So you can see we have all these different paths. And then if none of these work for you, you can do a custom path. So my goal here is that you can, whatever ledger device version, app you have, you are able to use LeoDex. Because I know a lot of people use Ledger for cross-chain swaps. So hopefully this helps. And I know a lot of people have had issues with ledgers in the past, especially with LeoDex and other apps. Someone actually commented on X today that they wish other apps that they use had this level of derivation support that LeoDex has. So we're doing our best to try to have every possible scenario covered. And if we don't have something that you think we should have, then feel free to open a ticket on Discord or DM me or tag me on X or something, and we'll add it. So we're working on adding as many things as possible. So that is the web app. Like I said, just a lot of different coverage has been added lately. We also added all the near tokens, so you can now trade like literally every near token asset. We added near wallets. I think that's new since the last AMA. So there's things like Meteor Wallet, Hot Wallet. So a lot of new integrations and just really refining the experience has been the focus lately. Another thing we added since the last AMA, I mean, the amount of things we add is crazy because I can't even keep track from AMA to AMA, but we also added the ability to swap without a wallet for chain flip. So if you are a chain flip swapper, and let's say you want to swap one WBTC to BTC, you can see here it says connect wallet, and then obviously you get prompted to connect a wallet, or you can just click swap, and then you just enter your receiving address on Bitcoin, and then your refund address, obviously for the WBTC in case something happens to the swap, and then you can just hit continue and then continue with the swap without any wallet connected. So I know that's a big feature that a lot of people ask for. Trying to think what else we got here. We also added another route provider. Let's see if I can get it to show up. We added Harbor Dex, which is a newer cross-chain protocol from some of the previous Thorchain contributors. I don't see it showing up here. You got to find which route they support. I know they support Bitcoin. Let's see. Sometimes you just got to get the right amount and timing. But anyways, we added Harbor. We've added a bunch of other DEX providers. Obviously, all this is through LeoKit. So LeoDex is the interface. LeoKit is what runs the back end in terms of the quotes, in terms of the swaps. And any application can integrate LeoKit. So that is our SDK for cross-chain swaps. Yeah, I think that covers a lot of
Nice.
Lately. It's been kind of a lot, but we've been making really good progress.
I was watching the stream on TikTok simultaneously.
Oh, is it working on TikTok?
Yeah, it was working. Yeah, some people popped in. I was gonna give shout outs, but they all disappeared. They were probably like new, straight new people, because TikTok just will, when you're going through lives, like anything can pop up. So
yeah, it's true.
But
it's true.
Some people dip their head in names I didn't see before, so probably new people. But that's actually what's good about it, is that you're gonna get potential new people. And the thing is, though, it could be people that have no idea about crypto, but if it is people that already do crypto, then potentially new eyeballs for LeoDex.
Yeah, that's the goal. We're just trying to get everywhere we can get. It's funny that you can see it because I am the person that's live and I can't see it.
Yeah, you can't watch, like you'd have to do like another device, because I've seen people do that with the lives. Like basically, like it's the ones where usually it's like nonsensical stuff where it's like someone like rating your profile or whatever it is, and usually it looks like they have two devices going. Like they have one with the thing, and I don't know. I could be dreaming, but that's what it always looks like. So. But yeah, no, I mean, I just went on TikTok, and then obviously I went to your account, so of course I could watch the live because I'm not. So, but I shut it off like a minute ago because the double thing was starting to get annoying.
The voices sounds like voices.
Yeah, well, I mean, I turned down the volume at that point, but TikTok.
Yeah, that's funny. I guess I finally found it. I just had to go to the website directly. But yeah, it looks like we got some people watching on TikTok. So
awesome.
welcome in. If you don't know us, I guess look us up. How long would it take to even describe everything that we do?
Oh my God. I mean, considering that, I mean, there's the beauty about, I guess, decentralization and crypto. It's just like, I'm a part of something while not even being a part of something. Like, I have no direct involvement outside of being a power user.
Power user and co-host.
Yes, and co-host. But you know, I mean, well, it's pretty simple. Like, InLeo still is essentially the Twitter, you know, Twitter on a blockchain. So anyone that wants to add to their social media fun and have it, you know, because it's not like it's just crypto related. There's plenty of non-crypto stuff all the time. In fact, there's probably more of that, maybe even now. So you have that aspect, and then also you have LeoDex for anyone that's looking to swap crypto, you know, in terms of decentralized exchanges, you know, and especially cross bridge exchanging, which is, you know, my main need, going from, you know, one chain to another. So, and then obviously there's a bunch of other stuff, but those are the two main hubs. And then obviously you got the Leo token, that is the token that is attached to all of this. So, and not to be confused with the other Leo token that is on some centralized exchanges.
Yeah, not that one. And soon you're going to have, I actually just dropped a screenshot teaser in the Threadcast. Soon you're going to also have the LeoDex mobile wallet and the desktop wallet. So native apps.
Yes, that is what people are going to definitely want, especially if someone's on TikTok, obviously they like using mobile apps.
Right. The mobile app is awesome. I mean, the desktop app is awesome too. They're actually the same app. They're just obviously for different viewing sizes. But the apps are incredibly fast, easy to use, just like a really like gorgeous display. So you can check the screenshot I posted and kind of see what I'm talking about. But it's pretty awesome, like how this is coming together. And again, all of it is run. So the reason why this is even possible is because of LeoKit, which runs the back end. So all the work we've done on LeoDex, all the LeoKit stuff, that all runs the back end and lets us build these apps like the mobile app and the desktop app. And we've built, Zcash has become the most traded crypto on LeoDex. So with the native apps, we actually built Zcash support in natively. So we'll be one of the few apps on the planet that have the ability to shield Zcash, swap shielded Zcash, pay in shielded Zcash. So you can like pay for things with shielded ZEC and then have it output any other asset. So like if someone wants to receive, USDT on Ethereum, you'll be able to pay them in shielded Zcash, and then they'll actually receive the USDT on Ethereum. And then, all sorts of other features. So we support literally like end to end every Zcash capability you can imagine, from shielding to unshielding to swaps and payments, like I said. So that's all natively already built into the application. We also support Dash private send. So obviously our friends at Dash, we have full Dash. Basically, this is a full Dash wallet also. So it's a full Zcash wallet. It's a full Dash wallet. We also support Monero. So we have full Monero node support. So we will actually be the first wallet, because I'm sure like one of the top questions will be, well, what makes this wallet different than all other wallets? Kind of like first of all, we're going for a really great UI UX. Something that I think crypto sorely still needs somehow is like a wallet that actually feels like it was built for normal people to use. So we've got that natively built in. Then we've also got obviously all the LeoDex swapping capabilities, all like the decentralized exchange capabilities built into the wallet app. And then we will be the first wallet ever that supports Zcash shielded like Zcash end to end, shielded, unshielded, etc. We will and Dash private send and Monero. So I don't think there's any wallet app on the planet right now that supports all three of them simultaneously. So we'll be the first app to support that. And then obviously we also support all other cryptos. So like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, all EVM tokens, Solana, every chain, every major chain is supported in the LeoDex wallet. So I think the wallet is going to be a huge moment for us to step into a much broader audience. There's a lot of people that have switched to using like native mobile apps and native desktop apps, especially for cross-chain swaps. So I think we're going to tap into this market in a big way, and I'm pretty happy and excited about it. So the mobile app and the desktop app allow you to, and I'll just kind of use them interchangeably because, like I said, they're the same thing. They're just for two different devices. You can connect a software wallet, so like any 12 or 24 word phrase wallet. So obviously like key stores. You can connect those. If you already have one, you can just import it. Or if you want to make a new one, you can just create a new one through the wallet app itself. You can also connect hardware wallets. So like I said, we've been spending a lot of time on Ledger, not just for the leodex.io web app. We've also been working on Ledger for the mobile and desktop apps. So you can also connect, hardware wallets directly to the app. So like, let's say you've got a Ledger wallet and you want to connect it to your computer, and like most people use Ledger Live, which is the native Ledger app for desktop. But let's say you want to use a different type of wallet, which is the LeoDex desktop wallet. You can connect your Ledger, connect to the desktop app, and then you can do all of the things I just mentioned directly on the desktop app through your Ledger. So that's going to be pretty awesome in terms of functionalities. So we're building something that's really enjoyable to use. Just like and check that screenshot in the Threadcast. But we're building a wallet experience that is extremely enjoyable to use. And like I said, the first one that supports all three of the top privacy coins in the world, which are Zcash, Monero, and Dash, all in one. So this is the wallet to end all wallets is what I'm doing.
Said wallet. I'm assuming Leo wallet.
We'll see what we call it. We will see. We got some names percolating, so we'll see.
Oh, interesting.
Ahmad Manga said, "I just realized you made this an actual wallet for these coins, not just a DEX app." Yeah, so it is a actual wallet. So LeoDex.io is meant to be like the DEX, right? Like Binance, but on chain. That's what we're building with that. And then the wallets are obviously wallets, right? Like we're not really building like a DEX app. We're building wallet apps. So native wallet experiences. You could consider, like competing apps to be things like Phantom or Trust Wallet, for example. Those would be kind of similar to what we're trying to build here.
Cool.
TikTok.
Do you have anything else in terms of news? Otherwise, I figure we'll grab a question or two before we peace out.
Yeah, I kind of hit some questions while we were going. Brando's talking about the market. So why don't we, before we jump off, I know this has been a really quick live stream for everybody, but before we jump off, what's your take on the markets? What is what's happening with the Fed? What's happening with the markets? Crypto went down today.
Yeah.
Michael Saylor bought a few $1 billion worth of Bitcoin.
He just keeps buying. Apparently, it's not helping Bitcoin go up. Wow. Actually, we were at 78 the other day, which was a nice surprise. I mean, it's funny how you forget when there's not a lot of volatility. Like we were at 60 just a few weeks ago, even though it feels like there was no volatility. But that's, anyone that scooped up at 60, I mean, you got a nice percentage return already. But yeah, I don't know really. Like I can't tell what Bitcoin's doing. It's like consolidation, I guess. It's weird when the equity markets are at all-time highs and Bitcoin is, well off all-time highs. It's sort of frustrating, but I don't know if there's that rotation at some point, if there's money that's going to rotate out of stocks into crypto, maybe not. Right now all the AI stocks are still hot, even with the lower open today. They sort of regained most of that, at least at the first hour of the market. I don't know what's going on now, but it's super interesting. So maybe it sounds crazy, but I feel like maybe if and when the AI stocks get like any kind of like, sustained down move, maybe that'll be when money, is rotating out of those into other places. Hopefully, maybe Bitcoin. I don't know. So, but
yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Do you think the AI? I don't know if I think the AI companies are going to go down. To be honest, I feel like we're kind of still at the very early days. I mean, could totally be wrong, but
and that's the thing. Yeah, we could be early. It's like, I try and look at like, the .com era and what was going on with those stocks and those valuations. And, like right now, like Cisco, like Cisco Systems was the stock back in like, the late 90s, 2000, 2001. And, NVIDIA is that stock now because, it's just like Cisco is providing all the instruments, for the infrastructure for the internet, basically, right? So, now NVIDIA with the chips, right? So same boat, and the valuation of NVIDIA is like where Cisco was when it kind of like hit its peak.
right.
So it's like, all right, random coincidence, who knows? We really don't know how much money is out there to just keep pumping things or not. I know everything opened lower today because OpenAI came short on revenue, like expected revenue or whatever. But again, I don't know. Like you said, does it even matter? Might we might still just be in the upcycle period.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, we're still seeing a lot of companies, whether they're small businesses or large businesses, that like have not really done much with AI or have only scratched the surface, really. Especially like IRL small businesses. I mean, small, even to medium businesses have done very little to nothing with AI. So just imagine what happens as those kind of come online and
Yeah.
start to take shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fraction of the demographic is using AI, and even a small percentage paying for it. I mean, I have a lot of friends that subscribe and pay for services. Meanwhile, I'm being lazy about it, and I don't subscribe to any AI products, and I use it maybe once a week when I know I should be leveraging it way more into my businesses and whatnot. So yeah, there's that piece. But there's also the flip side of just like during the .com. It's like if you had a name that had .com at the end of it, your stock soared and you made no money for years. And it's just like, all right, well, is AI making money right now for any of these companies? Like, no, it's a cash burn. So it's like, at what point does it matter where something actually needs to be profitable? And who knows, that it might not matter for another 1, 2, 3, who knows, so .com went for years with companies making no money, but then finally it leveled out, and right, and then the real companies are the ones that survived, and the ones that literally were like doing nothing but bleeding money eventually, disappeared. So that's I as far as the market perspective, I always find that piece interesting. So
Yeah.
but,
Well, and for your AI, you have Leo Power staked, right? You've got Leo token staked. We released Rafiki Chat in open beta.
Nice. How does one access that?
Let me just show you really quick. So you can see
they are.
here.
Final takeaway. You've saved $1.14 with Rafiki powered by your alpha tier. So you can use Rafiki, and you can see that when you have Leo staked, it is equivalent to having a like a ChatGPT Plus subscription. So the the more Leo you have staked, the bigger models you get access to, and the more chat you can use. But ultimately, what we're going for here is actually similar to like Venice AI. By having Leo staked, you'll gain more and more access to different AI models. So we're going to be integrating things like Claude, like Opus, Haiku, Sonnet, all the GPT models, all the Gemini models. All of them are going to get integrated into the Rafiki chat app, and you'll be able to use all the different models with your Leo Power staked. So it'll give a new utility to the Leo token, and for someone like you who hasn't or doesn't want to pay for different AI models, you'll actually be able to use all those AI models through your Leo staked on the Rafiki chat app. So anyways, open beta, we need more feedback. There's a little feedback icon here you can see, and then you can report bugs, ask for new features. Is this, so you said open beta, but then where do people actually find that? Is it on Leo?
So there actually is a way to use it on Inleo. There's a new, if you go to Inleo, you'll see a little chat icon in the bottom right. But there's also a standalone website. So I put that in the Threadcast. So feel free to go to that and check it out.
Nice. Yep. And I see a little chat icon. It pops up and you click on it with some questions, pre-filled questions. Nice. Cool deal.
Yep.
All right. Well,
we're building all these things.
My swap on LeoDex did his thing while we were on the call. So that was sweet.
Good to know that LeoDex is working for your
no
KYC, no account sign up, every route swaps.
Awesome sauce. Cool. All right. Well, until the next one.
Sweet. Yeah. Thanks for co-hosting. Thanks everyone for coming. We will see you guys next Tuesday for a May AMA. I can't believe it's already May.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's wild. All right. Sweet. Thanks everyone.